elaborate on any of those languages or machine learning concepts?
I want to know about some C, Python.
Okay, I can definitely tell you a bit about both C++ and Python in the context of AI engineering. Python is incredibly popular in the AI and machine learning world. It has a vast ecosystem of libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and scikit-learn, which make it much easier to build and experiment with AI models. Its readability and simpler syntax also make it a great choice for many. On the other hand, is often used when performance is absolutely critical. Think about things like game development, high-frequency trading systems, or the underlying engines of some AI libraries where speed and efficiency are paramount. While it has a steeper learning curve, it offers a lot of control over system resources. Does one of those sound more interesting to you, or would you like to know more about how they use the specific AI applications?
Know how to do it for a cinematic purpose.
It sounds like you're interested in using AI for cinematic purposes like in movies or visual effects. That's
Yes.
a really exciting area. For that, you typically be looking at areas like generative AI. This is what's used to create new content like images, videos, or even music. Think about AI that can generate realistic looking scenes or characters. Computer vision, this allows AI to see and interpret images and videos. It's used for things like motion tracking, object recognition, and analyzing footage. Natural language processing NLP. While not directly visual, NLP can be used for script analysis, generating dialogue, or even powering interactive elements in a film experience. Python is very commonly used in these areas due to its extensive libraries for machine learning and computer vision. While C++ might be used for performance critical parts of the rendering pipeline or complex simulations, Python is often the go-to for developing and integrating the AI models themselves. Does that give you a better idea of how AI is applied in cinema?
Okay. So how to uh, glow our skin face?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean by glow or skin taste. Could you please rephrase that or provide a little more context? I want to make sure I'm giving you the information you're looking for.
How to glow our face using home ingredients?
I think there might be a little confusion in the transcription. Did you mean to glow our face using home ingredients or perhaps something about taste related to food or recipes?
Same
If you're
glow.
interested in home remedies for glowing, okay, thanks for clarifying. If you're interested in ways to make your skin glow using home ingredients, I can definitely help with that. There are many natural ingredients you contains like clear about some specific recipes or combinations using these or other common kitchen ingredients.
Like
Yes, curd or yogurt is excellent for the skin. As I mentioned, it contains lactic acid, which is a gentle alpha hydroxy acid or AHA. Lactic acid helps to exfoliate. It can help to slow up dead skin cells, revealing brighter, smoother skin underneath, improve skin texture. Regular use can lead to a more even and radiant complexion. You can use plain, unsweetened yogurt as a face mask. Just apply a thin layer to your clean face, leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinse it off with lukewarm water. It's a simple and effective way to give your skin a natural.
how to teach a dance for actors with proper steps and proper guidance.
Teaching a dance for a performance is a really rewarding process. Here's a breakdown of how you can approach it with proper steps and guidance. First, make sure you have the choreography clearly defined. Creating it yourself, break it down into smaller, distinct sections or phrases. When you're teaching one, break it down. Start by teaching just a few counts or steps at a time. Don't overwhelm the dancers. Two, demonstrate clearly. Show the steps slowly and precisely. Facing the dancers and mirroring their movements can be very helpful. You might also want to show it from the front and back. Three, use counts and music practice the steps, gradually introduce the music. This helps them get the timing right. Four, repetition is key. Have them repeat each section multiple times until it feels comfortable. Then link the sections together. Five, give constructive feedback, offer specific praise for what they're doing well and gentle corrections for areas that need improvement. Focus on one or two things at a time to avoid confusion. Six, run throughs Once they know the material, do full run throughs of the dance to build stamina and get a feel for the entire piece. Would you like me to go into more detail on any of these steps? Perhaps on how to break down complex choreography or give feedback?
And to know the hip hop movement, hip hop.
Hip hop dance, that's a dynamic and exciting style. When you're teaching hip hop movements, it's important to focus on a few key elements. Groove. This is the fundamental rhythmic feel of hip hop. It's about the bounce, the subtle rocking motion, and the way the body moves to the music. It's less about sharp, precise steps and more about a fluid, grounded feel. Isolations. This involves moving one part of your body independently from the rest. Think about moving your head, shoulders, hips, or rib cage separately. Footwork. While there's a lot of groove, hip hop also has specific footwork patterns. These can range from simple steps like the two step or heel toe to more complex sequences. Body control and dynamics. Hip hop often involves sharp percussive movements contrasted with smooth flowing ones. Understanding how to control your body to create these different dynamics is crucial. Musicality, really listening to the music is key. Hip hop dance often emphasizes hitting the beats, accents, and nuances in the music. When teaching, it's great to start with basic grooves and isolations to get the dancers feeling the rhythm. Then you can introduce foundational footwork and arm movements. Showing examples of different hip hop styles like popping, locking, breaking, or house can also give them a broad understanding of the culture and its diverse movements. Does that help give you a sense of what's important in teaching hip hop?
Yes. Right. So, how to direct a Oscar level awarding film? How to write a storytelling?
Wow. Aiming for an Oscar level film is a huge and ambitious goal. That's fantastic. Directing and writing a film at that caliber involves so many elements working together perfectly. For storytelling, the core is usually a compelling narrative with well developed characters. Here's a general approach. One, the core idea. What's the central theme or question your film explores? It should be something that resonates deeply. Two, character development. Create characters that audiences can connect with, root for, or be fascinated by. They need clear motivations, flaws, and arcs of change. Three, structure. Most films follow a three-act structure. Act I set up, introduce characters, the world, and the central conflict or inciting incident that kicks off the story. Act 2 confrontation. The protagonist faces obstacles, rising tension, and often experiences setbacks. This is where the stakes get higher. Act 3 resolution, the climax, where the central conflict is resolved, followed by a falling action and the final conclusion. 4. Conflict and stakes. What challenges do your characters face? What's at risk for them if they fail? High stakes and meaningful conflict drive the narrative forward. 5. Theme. What underlying message or idea are you trying to convey? This should be woven throughout the story, not just stated explicitly. 6. Visual storytelling. Remember, film is a visual medium. Think about how you can show emotions, character, and plot through imagery, composition, and action rather than just dialogue. Directing an Oscar level film also involves incredible vision and execution in every department: cinematography, acting, editing, sound design, music, production design, and more. It's about bringing all these elements together cohesively to serve the story and evoke a powerful emotional response from the audience. It's a journey that involves immense collaboration, talent, and often a bit of luck. Does the idea of character development or story structure spark more questions for you?
Okay, I want to know how the character is generated in Avatar movie by James Cameron.
That's a great question about the characters in James Cameron's movies like Avatar. He's known for creating immersive worlds and memorable characters. In Avatar, for instance, the characters like Jake Sully and Neytiri are central to the story. Cameron often focuses on creating characters who are relatable, even in fantastical settings. Jake Sully, a human in a wheelchair, is put in an extraordinary situation. His journey of discovery, adaptation, and finding a new purpose makes him relatable despite the alien world. Driven by strong motivations, Neytiri is fiercely protective of her people and her home, Pandora. Jake is initially driven by a mission, but evolves to fight for what he believes is right. Their motivations are clear and powerful. Undergoing significant transformation, Jake undergoes a profound physical and emotional transformation, essentially becoming a Navi. This arcade is key to the story's themes of identity and belonging. Representing larger themes, the Navi characters like Netri, embody a deep connection to nature and a spiritual way of life, contrasting with the destructive industrialism of the humans. Cameron often uses these characters to explore themes of colonialism, environmentalism, and the human condition, even within science fiction or fantasy narratives. He also works very closely with actors to help them embody these characters, using motion capture technology extensively in films like Avatar to translate performance into the digital characters. Just thinking about Jake Sully's journey or Neytiri's role in Avatar bring up any more specific questions for you?
Is this Titanic movie and characters are real?
There's a very common question about Titanic. It's a fascinating blend of history and fiction. The ship itself, the RMS Titanic, was absolutely real. It was a British passenger liner that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in April 1912 after striking an iceberg during its maiden voyage. The historical event and the sinking are factual. However, the main characters of the love story, Jack Dawson and Rose DeWitt Bukater, are fictional. They were created by James Cameron to serve as the emotional core of the story and to allow the audience to experience the tragedy through their eyes. While Jack and Rose are not real people, the film does incorporate some real historical figures and details. For example, characters like Captain Edward Smith, Bruce Ismay, the chairman of the White Star Line, and Molly Brown were real people who were on board the Titanic. The depiction of the ship's interior, the class distinctions, and the events of the sinking itself were researched to be as historically accurate as possible within the fictional narrative. So it's a fictional story set against a very real and tragic historical event. Does that distinction make sense?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm glad you found that interesting. It's amazing how James Cameron weaves together history and imagination to create such compelling stories. Is there anything else I can help you with today, perhaps more about filmmaking history, or even something completely different?
So I want to know what are the gym workout we have to use for reduce our belly fat and I want a six pack. How to make it?
I can help you with workout ideas for reducing belly fat. It's great you're looking to get started. For reducing belly fat, a combination of cardiovascular exercise and strength training is usually most effective. Here are some gym workout suggestions. Cardiovascular exercise aim for 3 to 5 times a week. Running or jogging. Great for burning calories. You can vary the intensity with interval training, alternating between high speed bursts and slower recovery periods. Cycling, whether on a stationary bike or a regular one. Cycling is a fantastic full body cardio workout. Elliptical trainer. This is a lower impact option that still provides a good cardiovascular challenge. Rowing machine engages a lot of different muscle groups and is excellent for calorie burning. Strength training aim for 2 to 3 times a week with rest days in between. Compound exercises. These work multiple muscle groups at once and are very efficient for building muscle and burning calories. Examples include squats, works your legs, glutes, and core. Deadlifts, a full body exercise that targets your back, legs, glutes, and core. Push ups, works your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Works your shoulders and triceps. Rows like dumbbell rows or machine rows, works your back and biceps. Core exercises. While you can't spot reduced fat from your belly specifically, strengthening your core muscles will help create a more toned appearance once the fat is reduced. Good options include plank, hold a push-up position, engaging your core. Crunches, traditional abdominal crunches. I noticed we've reached the end of our scheduled time. Thank you for speaking with me today. Goodbye.